dealing in other the part B, second paper part B. So in that, injuries to the kidneys. Injuries to the kidney. That is dukkha aghataja vikaras. నిన్న మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం traumatic wound అని. So అట్లనే this is also a kind of trauma. It is to the kidneys. So that we call as traumatic injury to the kidneys. So causes. So causes, what are the causes? Blows, run over accidents, bullets, stab injuries, and maybe falling on the line, or crush injury, that is run over accidents. అంటే ఏంటి లారీ కింద పడడం దాన్ని run over accidents అంటారు. So run over accidents also may be there, and also maybe these are the very common causes, and there may be even sometimes a tibial injury will cause the hematuria. So that is also one time. Sometime whenever a patient is suffering from tuberculosis or any other pre-existing conditions like stone, hydronephrosis, and tuberculosis, in that condition, patient will be having very trivial injury. Actually, what happens normally? So that should be Is it audible? Audible to everybody? Hello?
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Visible and audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this, so sometimes the hematuria may be there, so which is very trivial injuries. Trivial injuries and minor injuries. Just as you may not be noticing also. Anta chinna indrano itla kottadu ante. That may be sufficient for the hematuria that may be causing the trauma to the kidney and may cause the renal injuries. So these renal injuries are two types. One is open and closed. Write down open type and closed type. So these open injuries are nothing but whenever they are exposed to the weather, like stab injuries, bullet injuries, so they are open wounds, because when the kidneys directly will be exposed to the exterior to the weather, that is we call as open injuries. Closed injuries means any trauma, blunt trauma like fist injuries, debba kottinu, yes, blunt injuries, like any blunt injuries like fist or any this any rod or any with any stick or anything, when the or sometimes run over accident, very small this thing. So whatever it, when it is not exposed to the weather, skin is intact. So that's why in this we call as closed injuries. So that is these are, and this is depending upon the etiology and depending upon the this anatomical variations. So there may be, write down, subcapsular hemorrhage. You know very well, kidney is a encapsulated organ. Okay, it is a encapsulated organ. So that's why that means it will be having capsule over it, isn't it? So when the capsule is there, so in this subcapsular, that means the bleeding will be within this. This is the kidney proper. This is capsule. So in between there is a bleeding is there. That is we call as subcapsular. Subcapsular. So this is kidney. This is kidney cortex. This is capsule. In between the capsule and the cortex, if there is any bleeding is there due to any reason, only this will be, the bleeding will be confined to the only to the capsule, just below the capsule. That is sub means below. So below capsule, that is we call as subcapsular. So in that condition, So there may be usually blow injuries are very much common for this type of injuries. Next is cortical laceration. Cortical laceration. What is cortical laceration? So there is a medulla and this is the cortex. This is the cortex. Okay, this is cortex, this is cortex, this is medulla. This is capsule, 3 layers. So here, if there is any reason, whenever there is a bleeding, this cut will, suppose stabbing irrigation, మరి ఫాస్ట్ గా చేస్తే నువ్వు ఉట్టుకున్నావు ఏదో వాడు వచ్చి వెనకొచ్చి పొచ్చేసి సో అప్పుడు ఏమైంది ఫ్రమ్ ది ఇంజరీ విల్ బి ఫ్రమ్ ది బ్యాక్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది టైమ్ అఫ్ కోర్స్ యాంటీరియర్ నుంచి పోతే కూడా పోవచ్చు కానీ బట్ లెస్ లైక్లీ బట్ పోస్టీరియర్ నుంచి స్టాబ్ ఇంజరీ చేస్తే మాత్రం దేర్ ఇస్ బికాస్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ just retroperitoneal, just side of this ribs, this vertebra that will be there in the loin. So any region in the loin region, so that may cause. So here, this injury, this cortex also may involve. That is we call as cortical injury. That is we call as cortical laceration. Laceration is nothing but the deep cut. We can say simply a deep cut. So that is cut will be even some deep when there is a laceration. So that cut is may extend even deeper. That is laceration. So this is laceration. This is the subcapsular. This is cortical laceration. The laceration or cut will only extend up to the cortex, not the medulla. Medulla will not involve. That is we call as cortical. Next, medullary laceration. Medullary laceration, everything will be normal. Here, this medulla, this total medulla will be filled with the blood, or this may involve. Total this may involve. That is we call as medullary laceration. So medulla may get lacerated. Only medulla will involve. This is third type. Fourth one is complete rupture. In this complete rupture, so this rupture will extend from the renal cortex and medulla and cortex, and it will be even subcapsular and it may extend even the abdomen also. So this may extend even including the this totally it will be separated. We can say it will be separated anterior and posterior into the two. So that is we call as complete rupture. So there are 4 types: subcapsular, subcortical, cortical, and medullary, and complete rupture. So these are 4 types. So clinical features. In this, the pain will be there. So the pain is the main feature. That is pain in the loin region. If it is a direct injury, you will be knowing directly that is entering from where the entry of the this stab wound or anything, that will be directly evident. And if not so, you can see the bullet injury or anything. And if take the history, if you complaint of a blow, received a blow on the right or left loin region or in the this flanks, so you may suspect this one. So that's why this is one local pain will be there and tenderness also will be there. So whenever there is a infection, so or there is any blood collection, there will be even tenderness also. Hematuria. Hematuria. But hematuria, hematuria is only the condition you'll be seeing when it is extending into the medulla and or even to the cortical medullary or complete rupture is there. In that condition only you can have this thing. And one more thing, and there is any profuse bleeding, severe bleeding will be there because kidney plus that will be having Bowman's capsule, which will be having filled with the total blood capillary. So then the profuse hemorrhage is there. Sometimes clot calling. So these form the clot that will obstruct the this PUJ or anything. So then that may cause clot colic also. So that is also one possibility. And there will be severe delayed hemorrhage also may be there between the 3rd day to the 3rd weeks may be there after accident. So patient may not be able to notice also, but after 3 days to 3 weeks, the delayed hematuria is there. After trauma, you have to suspect the trauma is extending up to the kidney. Otherwise, it may be extended only to the and muscle and maybe some other something. So that you should have. That means after trauma, anything, you must be careful that after till 3 weeks you must be very careful. Okay. So and also abdominal distension also may be there up to 24 to 48 hours. That is 1 day, even after 2 days of accident, abdominal distension may be there. Especially it is evident whenever there is a complete or any so the complete laceration or maybe even sub cortical laceration. In that condition where the breathing may be collecting within the abdomen, causing the so that is and slight flattening of the normal line. If you see loin is a contour, isn't it? Ange ఎట్లా చూస్తాం మనం ఫిగర్ చూసినప్పుడు ఎంత 34, 28, 34 ఏదో సైజ్ అంటారు కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ 24 is nothing but the narrowing part of the loin. So that is we call as that is loin. So loin is a not a flat, it's a concave. Concavity will be there. So that concavity is lost, it becomes flatter. Rather than concavity, there will be a flatter. So that flattening is nothing but whenever there is a any subcortical bleeding or any complete bleeding, when it is there, blood will be hard due to infection. So that may be the fluid or pus may be collected within that loin. So that's why it becomes flattened. Rather than concave, it becomes flattened. So that is flattening of the normal line. Normal, not so much, but there will be flattening. So in the polycystic kidney, there will be enormous increasing. In Wilms tumor, that the tumor, the size of the loin will be increasing, the size of the tumor. But here, slight flattening. And also, especially on perinephric hematoma. Perinephric hematoma, this is very much common. This is one. And the investigations. That is best investigation. That is simply ultrasonogram. That will give you the if there is any cortical injuries or any type of injury. That is even subcapsular injury also will be diagnosed better with the ultrasonogram, non-invasive, cheap, and no side effects at all. So that is one. And next IVP, that also can be done. In this, there is the normal kidney is shown, and the affected kidney side, the urinary leakage will be is demonstrated. Urinary leakage that will be there on the affected side, because when it enters into the kidneys, so that there will be some leakage into the peritoneal cavity or this retroperitoneal. So that's why that also can be seen. Urinary leakage can be seen whenever there is a medulla is increased or completed type. So that also will be there. And uh, and also you can go for CT scan. That may not be so ultrasound will be sufficient. And if you want, you can go for even CT scan also. That will give you exactly. So or MRI also, because the blood is there, so it can be seen even whenever there is a collection where the blood, whether it is cortical, subcapsular, cortical, medullary, or complete. So all these things can be seen better with the this CT scan. So that's why that is also MRI also can be done in this case. And blood also can be done. The blood is there, the patient is bleeding and so CBP HB will reduce. The reduction of the HB will be there. So that is, and treatment. The treatment is complete bed rest and flat bed rest. పండుకోవడానికి సో దట్ ఈస్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ వెన్ ఎవర్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఏ మ్యాక్రోస్కోపిక్ ఎమిసిటీ. అంటే పేషెంట్ ఏమంటాడు, సార్ దెబ్బ తాకింది సార్, నాకు యూరిన్ ఎర్రగొచ్చింది. ఇన్ దట్ కండిషన్ ఆర్ ది పేషెంట్ టు టేక్ కంప్లీట్ బెడ్ రెస్ట్ ఫర్ 1 week. 1 week bed rest తీసుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇన్ ద బై దట్ టైమ్ దట్ సీల్స్ ఆఫ్ అంటారు. కదిలితే ఏమవుతుంది, దట్ మే గెట్ డిస్టర్బ్ అండ్ మే కాస్ again bleeding. So that's why that total bed rest if she takes, so then that vent or opening which is there, that may get giving the, if any sedation can be given, pain is more, can give sedation like morphine, and you can give benzocaine or method promethazine, or you can give simply diclofenac also can be given, and ketorol injection also can be given. So all these things can be. this body to relieve the pain. And BP temperature pulse rate should be recorded, and in intake output chart also should be recorded, because if BP is falling, temperature is increasing, pulse rate is increasing, BP is falling, so then you have to suspect maybe internal hemorrhage. And IO chart also. If you maintain IO chart, what are the things that you are giving, and this through the orally or parenterally, that has to be measured. So intake and output chart should be measured. If there is any output is reduced, that means there may be even kidney damage is also may be there. So in that condition, you have to be careful, and also you have to see the kidney function also can be done. Even serum creatinine also can be done. One more investigation. So that serum creatinine to know the kidney function. So that may not be the immediately, that may not be issue. After 24 hours, after that, if there is any cortical injury, there may be a cortical injury or complete injury in that condition. So that total disruption may be there, causing any kidney failure. May not be evident immediately. That is IV. That is, and if there is any immediately grouping and cross matching also should be done. And whenever there is a internal bleeding you are suspecting, then immediately give the blood transfusion and also give antibiotics. This is important, because whenever there is a trauma, when trauma is there, invasion of the bacteria or foreign body will be there with that. So with that, so what happens? There will be definitely a pain will be, the infection will be supervened. So to combat the infections, you have to give some, select the antibiotics like cephalosporins can be given in this high exposure antibiotics will be given to suppress the infection. So infection. So that higher antibiotic that should be given through IV only. IV line only you have to give. Okay, these are the, with this hematuria, with this the measures, if hematuria is reduced, so then pain and guarding also will be there, as I already have told you. And then, and also pulse rate and color of the patient is improving. The color and ఏంటి? So when patient becoming paler, you are giving blood transfusion, color is improved and staying as it is. So then stable condition is stable. That is, pulse rate is not there, temperature is hematuria is, and subsiding fever, and no flattening, and there will not be any tenderness. Everything is reducing. Then your patient is not having any further complications of bleeding, and that so that's why you can, uh, you are going in a line, but patient is not improving, increasing it. So whenever there is a, so the then you need to go for surgery. So surgery for exploration. So exploration, exploratory lab. So this exploration should be done, especially in the subcostal region or in the groin also. You can keep the subcostal incision, posterior subcostal incision can be done, and you can separate. So with this regimen, if not so, you can go for this exploration. So the indications, signs of blood. What is it? When you have to go for surgery? That is when the loss is there, number one. Blood loss is there. Number two, swelling develops in the loin. Swelling, the swelling develops in the, so that is one reason. The swelling may be developed due to bleeding may be there, and also whenever there is a bleeding is there, you have waited for 48 or 48, the swelling is increasing. So that swelling is increasing first due to blood, and after 2 or 3 days, when the infection is not controlling, so the even pus also be there. In that condition also you need to open, and signs of peritoneal infection when you suspect. That means when your stab injury is there, that stab injury is even cross the kidney and the peritoneum. So peritoneum is also, that means that has gone into the intraperitoneum. So that this is the retroperitoneal. So when his stab injury is very serious, that or bullet injury, so that will go very short. The amount of point range low radiation is same in that may enter into the even kidney, and also that may surpass the kidney and may enter into the even this kidneys. So intraperitoneal and may cause intraperitoneal bleeding or infection. So for that purpose, we have to. In that condition, also you should go for surgery. Hello, Anna. Konna 9:25 నేను చెప్తాను నేను సార్ అన్న. So pulse rate, color of the patient when it is not improved. So whenever you do any surgery, as I told you, you should maintain the normal function and normal anatomy should be maintained in this. So there should not be any major trauma or damage to the any organ. Like this here also, we should try to conserve as much as kidney tissue, because with that only the function may not be damaged. So in that, when the kidney is ruptured in several places, so then and also at the pedicule. So pedicle damage is there. So there is a cut, multiple lacerations అయినాయి. ఇక్కడ ఇట్లా కట్ అయినాయి. In addition to this pedicle is cut. Totally pedicle కూడా కట్ అయింది. That is separated from this. In that condition, nephrectomy. That is NEPHRECTOMY. Nephrectomy should be performed. అంటే ఏంటది, టోటల్ గా సపరేట్ అయిపోయింది, మల్టిపుల్ లాసరేషన్స్ అయినప్పుడు bleeding will be there, infection will be there. So in that condition, multiple lacerations and pedicule is totally cut. In that condition, you may require to remove the kidney, that is we call as. So and the small tears are there. So in this, only a small tear is there. So there is only a smear tear is there. So only a small tear, only one tear is there at one place. In that oxygel, OXYGEL, రాసుకోండి, OXYGEL. So or a piece of detached muscle also can be put over this, and then you have to suture it, because to reinforcing, because the capsule is very it may not be so hard, it may keep, and also with this that heals, and also that it wounding will be taking place, taking will be much, and that kills. So that by applying the oxygen, and also there will not be bleeding also can be cut. So oxygen or a muscle pad can be applied and then suture. And laceration is into the one pole of the kidney. So only this laceration is there. So it can show only one pole is in front. There is two poles in the anatomically, upper pole and lower pole, and one border and two surfaces, anterior and posterior surface. So this upper pole and this is lower pole. So in the whenever there is only this type injury, so this is total injury, then you have to do partial nephrectomy. Partial nephrectomy means, so this part of kidney will be removed. That is we call as partial nephrectomy. And whenever there is a large single rent in the middle of the kidney, so పెద్దగా ఉంది, at the opening ఉంది, middle of the kidney ఉంది. So in this you have to do nephrostomy, opening of the kidney. Nephrostomy should be done. That means you have to keep a drain and you have to keep it open. Thereby the pus and blood which is there, that will be coming out after 1 or 2 days or 3 days. After infection is controlled, blood is controlled, then you can remove that drain after 2 or 3 or 4 days or 5 days. Then you can suture. So that is nephrostomy can be done. And the complications: clot retention in the bladder, then urethral washout, bladder washout should be done, and after 2 to 3 months, even due to fibrosis. So sometimes patient may be fine. After 2-3 months, patient develops hypertension, BP. That is the hypertension. How many types? Anybody? Primary hypertension, secondary hypertension. Reasons for secondary hypertension ఏమైనా చెప్తారా ఎవరైనా? మన టాపిక్ కాదు కేసీ కానీ ఏమైనా కాజెస్ ఫర్ సెకండరీ హైపర్టెన్షన్. ప్రైమరీ అంటే సెకండరీ అంటే సెకండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ నో యూ కెన్ ఆన్సర్. చెప్పు అనుష.
ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ సార్.
ఓకే గుడ్. ఇంకా ఇంకా అంతేనా? ఓన్లీ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ. ఫోర్త్ ఇయర్ అయిపోయింది కదా, అందుకే ఓన్లీ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ వచ్చిందా? ఓకే రైట్ రైట్, యూఆర్ అబ్సల్యూట్లీ రైట్. ఇంకా చెప్పు
Obesity, sir.
వైష్ణవ్. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్. ఇంకా maybe only a contributing factor. Obesity is not the reason. That comes under even primary, not secondary. So already I will give one hint. You know very well what is secondary. Secondary is due to some other disease other than the usually hypertension is idiopathic, where all these excessive salt intake, tension, anxiety, increased these are the theories, but may not be the correct cause. But what is the secondary other than the this one? Sindhura చెప్పు. Atherosclerosis. Okay. Atherosclerosis of what?
Blood vessels.
Huh?
Blood vessels.
ఏంటది?
Blood vessels, sir.
Blood vessels of what? There.
Arteries.
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 Arteries ఎక్కడ? Arteries ఏ part లో? మొత్తం artery is having totally
Carotid
from
Carotid arteries.
ఇంకా simple is basically you have to think that there should be any kidney disease. So acute renal failure, chronic renal failure, or any renal artery stenosis. So the conditions where there will be kidney damage may be there. So in addition to the cytoma, so in addition to that, so this most common is kidneys. So that's secondary to the any nephri. So this any kidney problems like renal failure. So after 2 or 3 months, patient is after 2 or 3 months of treating this one, patient is developing kidney hypertension. Then you have to suspect, and then again you have to go for again malokasari investigation. It's called scanning and assessment. If there is any fibrosis, that means at that condition you are given treatment, but that treatment is extending and that is causing the fibrosis. So that fibrosis lead to the kidney, total kidney also may get damaged. In that condition, again the treatment is necessary. Then you have to do delayed nephrectomy also can be done. So this is regarding the injuries. Next, perinephric abscess. Next topic is perinephric abscess. Perinephric. Perinephric abscess. So in this perinephric abscess, you know very well. So this is nothing but an abscess to the kidney that we call as perinephric abscess. So in the etiology, hello, చెప్పండి. Of the cortical abscess. ఇందాక చెప్పినాము. So when the cortex, when the abscess is confined to the only cortex, this is the cortex. Cortical injury. This cortical injury అయిన తర్వాత కానీ for any reason, if there is any hematogenous infections, బ్లడ్ నేత్ర సంఘం కవైగుణ్యతన్ అని చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం. అట్లనే బ్లడ్ లో ఎక్కడైనా ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ ఉండొచ్చు. సో దట్ మే కాస్ and may locate in the kidneys, so causing the perinephric abscess that is hematogenous via periurethral lymphatics. Periurethral lymphatics also the infection may spread up to the perinephric abscess means, so we remember perinephric, that means outside the kidney, perinephric abscess, not within the kidneys, okay? Even outside the cortex, this capsule also. This is capsule and capsule, cortex, medulla. So even outside the capsule, if there is any blood collection, pus collection is there, that is we call as, that is in the bed, we can say kidney bed. Kidney bed is made up of perinephric fat, because for the jolting and also to running, jumping, system, I know you won't be having any problem, because there is a perinephric fat will be there, which will be protecting from the jolting and everything, from the shocks and everything, from the even from the damage with the even vertebra, and so that to prevent any damage, so that perinephric fat is there. So in this perinephric fat, so whenever there is this cortical abscess is there, this cortical abscess may extend into the outside the event, may pierce the capsule and come outside. That is one, that is perinephric. And next is hematogenous infection. That means the infection may pass from anywhere to the kidney. That is one, may localize in the this perinephric area. That is one. And also periurethral lymphatics. Via periurethral lymphatics also may come. And extension of the appendicular abscess. So appendicular abscess అయింది, వాడు పడుకున్నాడు, పడుకుంటే ఏమవుతుంది? సో ఫ్రమ్ ది పారాకోలిక్ గట్టర్, సో దేర్ ఇస్ ఎ పారాకోలిక్ గట్టర్స్. సో పారాకోలిక్ గట్టర్ నుంచి దట్ మే trickle down up to the kidney and may get infected. That is one, perinephric abscess. And perirenal hematoma. So these also, perirenal hematoma means around the any, there is any reason due to trauma, anything, so the kidney will be intact, but the surrounding the tissue or blood vessels may get damaged, and leakage of the blood which will be collected around the kidney. That is perirenal hematoma. And perforation of the renal capsule, so that is any perforation of the renal capsule. So that is already ఇందాక చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం. దీని trauma కావచ్చు, hydronephrosis also may be there, renal carbuncle, tuberculosis, and maybe kidney, or maybe trauma with the this TB of kidney also may be there, and TB of vertebrae also may go into the perinephric abscess. So that is one important, vertebral abscess also. So that is vertebral TB also may cause this cold abscess. In the cold abscess, anybody? What is the difference between abscess and cold abscess? మొన్న చెప్పాను.
Inflammation is absent, sir.
ఇన్ఫ్లమేషన్ రెండిట్ల, ఇన్ఫ్లమేషన్
Absent ఉంటుంది సార్ కోల్డ్ abscess లో.
ఇన్ఫ్లమేషన్ అనేది ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటుంది, ఉండకుండా ఉండదు. ఇన్ఫ్లమేటరీ సైన్స్ ఉండదు, అది ఓకే. ఇన్ఫ్లమేషన్ ఉండదు కాదు, ఇన్ఫ్లమేషన్ విల్ బి దే because, but there will be lack of inflammatory signs, especially pain and temperature, this local rise of temperature and tenderness will not be there. So rates of this swelling will be there and fluctuation will be there, but there will not be any pain, tenderness, and local rise of temperature also will not be there. That is we call as cold abscess. So that cold abscess also may cause this perinephric abscess. So clinical features. In the clinical features, this is high swinging temperature will be there whenever there is abscess, and so maybe associated with chills and dryness, and rigidity will be there. That will be that loin region. Rigidity ekkada abdomen kaakunda loin region lo baga rigidity, and tenderness will be there, and there may be fullness of the loin flatten kaakunda concave అని ఇందాకనే చెప్పాను, కాంకేవ్ ఉంటుంది కదా loin. So concave line kaakunda, so that will be full, so that becomes flattened, and even also elevation also will be there. So that is fullness of the that will be there. And even so the tenderness at the spot is rigidity also will be. So this is signs and symptoms. And one more important, the investigations. Investigations that you perform is WBC, so blood test. Blood test should be done. So in this blood, there will be CBP. CBP is more than 20,000 per cubic millimeter. WBC will be there, and neutrophilia also. Uh, Polymorphs will also increase. And one more here, there will be, if there is, depending upon the cause, if there is any, if it is due to tuberculosis, so there may be evening rise of temperature. In that case, again, you have to confirm with the ESR. Montauk test also can be performed in this. So this even Montauk also test can be confirmed. And one more, urine exam. In the urine examination, normally this by rule there will not be any pass. Endukundadu pass? Anybody? Pass endukundadu? Urine lo pass enduku? ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది ఇన్ఫెక్షన్?
outside kidneys.
వెరీ గుడ్. సిన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అవుట్ సైడ్ కిడ్నీ, పెరినెఫ్రిక్ యాబ్సిస్ అనుకున్నాం. అందుకే అవుట్ సైడ్ ది కిడ్నీ ఉంటుంది కనుక యూరిన్ ఇస్ నార్మల్. ఈవెన్ కార్టికల్ ఇంజరీ, ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది కార్టికల్ ఇంజరీ అనుకున్నాం. సో కార్టిక్స్ కూడా మెడులా అనుకున్నది కనుక కార్టికల్ ఇంజరీ అయినా కానీ కార్టికల్ ట్యూబర్క్యులోసిస్, కార్టికల్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్, అది కూడా రెస్ట్రిక్టెడ్ టు ఓన్లీ కార్టెక్స్. సో దట్స్ వై మెడులా విల్ నాట్ ఎక్స్పోజ్. సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ కన్ఫైన్డ్ టు ది only kidney, so that is out of the kidney. So that's why it is perinephric abscess. Andike by rule the urine should be normal, so that there will not be any normal game undale. WBC should be there in the urine, so that pus or even organisms also may not be there in the culture. Culture is normal because infection is lying outside the kidney, so that's why urine becomes sterile and when no organisms are grown, that we call as this sterile. Urine is sterile. Okay. So this is one. Another investigations. Suppose depending upon the cause, then you have to do. So if there is any scanning, ultrasonography scanning is the best investigation that you can perform. You can rely also. And if it is, maybe plain X-ray also can be done. In this, there will be obliterated Schwarz shadow. Schwarz shadow manaku general ga post so that will be obliterated because there is a pus is collected. You cannot see the Schwarz shadow. Obscured Schwarz shadow will be there, and abdominal signs like scoliosis will be there, so sideward bending, and there may be elevation and immobility of the diaphragm on the affected elevation and immobility. So on the affected side. So how you can know? Anybody can tell? Elevation and fixed on immobility and elevation. So first you take the X-ray on inspiration, on expiration, on inspiration. So then intrathoracic pressure will increase and this will be elevated. So that's why there will be elevation on inspiration of the diaphragm. So on expiration, there will be this has to become downwards. But on the affected side, this will be fixed. Elevate atle untundi. This becomes downwards, but this will become the same line. So this is you can do. That means X-ray has to be taken in 2 times, one in on expiration, one in on inspiration, one in on expiration. Both the X-rays should be taken. So with that will be elevation and fixed. So one inspiration that will be raised and that will be fixed only. The other side it will be raised and this will be there. So you can see with the compare with the these tips, you can count. So with that you will be known. That is. So the treatment is simple. You have to do the drainage. Drainage should be given by giving the lumbar incision, and whenever you give, so they should under the antibiotic coverage you have to give antibiotics. high antibiotics, cefiperazone, cefixime, cefoxime, or ceftriaxone, like any higher antibiotics should be given along with the tazobactam or sulbactam. Sulbactam, Sulbactam, sulbactam or tazobactam, Tazobactam, tazobactam. So this can be given as a, and also you can go for even gram-negative infections when you are suspecting, and also there may be even anaerobic infections also you may suspect any abscess is there. Then you have to add this. The kidney function is normal. You can add amikacin, amikacin injection, AMIKACIN, amikacin injection also can be given when kidney function is normal. Then you have to monitor regularly when you give this amikacin, especially in diseases. And also you can go for any ornidazole, metronidazole, IV also can be given to prevent the, to control the anaerobic infections. So under the antibiotic coverage, then you have to do the drainage by giving the lumbar incision. So that's why with that, and when you give opening, then you have to clear totally, packets should be removed. Otherwise, again, there will be recurrence of the abscess will be there. So that's why above and below the kidney, then you have to separate with the fingers. Cortical breakages should be done. That should be removed. And the surface of the kidney is palpated, and unruptured abscess also may be there. So in the unruptured abscess, there may be again IND. IND should be given, and wound is closed by giving the drain. Drain applied JC, then you have to close it. 1 minute. So this is regarding the perinephric abscess. So one more is Rukka Vidradi pyonephrosis. Pyonephrosis. In this, the kidney is converted into multilocular sac containing pus and purulent urine. Pus and purulent urine. So in this, with varying amount of renal parenchyma, the kidney is converted into a multilocular sac containing pus and purulent urine with varying amount of renal parenchyma. So definition itself is indicated. It's very showing. So that means it will be converted into multilocular sac. That is one, and there will be another is which is filled with the pus and also purulent urine. Because when it is filled, ఇందానికి the perinephric abscess లోపల perinephric abscess లో the infection was around the kidney, but here, so the total kidney including cortex and medulla also may involve inside the kidney. So there may be pus or anything. This is usually due to the hydronephrosis will be there. The hydronephrosis, then it becomes infected. First medulla will then cortex also. So like that, there may be this, and whenever there is a infection, so that infection usually starts in the hydronephrosis. And hydronephrosis is nothing but a condition where they, due to obstruction, there may be uninfected within the this this is the ureter, pelvis, and any this medulla, that is we call as hydronephrosis. Unsterile urine is present is important. So that means whenever there is a infection, pus may cause and invade even the surrounding tissue, and even it may damage even the cortex also. So that's why whenever there is a cortex and medulla is involved, so then pus will be draining from the that will be having connection with the collecting system, that is calyx and minor major from the pelvis, from the urethra comes into the urine, from the urethra will come out. So that means pus will be seen in the urine, and also a varying amount of the renal parenchyma, because whenever there is a different depending upon the amount of the infection, so this may be this total, this may be affected, maybe damaged. So that's a varying of the parenchyma. This is the parenchymal tissue. So this parenchymal tissue may go to some extent depending upon the environment and infection spread. So the pus is there. So depending upon that virulent collection and inflammation, the amount of the kidney, so this parenchymal tissue varies. So this is usually, as I told, it is usually etiology. Is etiology. Ask for etiology when the infection extending from the infection of hydronephrosis or pyelonephritis, or maybe as a complication of renal calculus. Renal calculus, ఏమైతుంది, there will be obstruction. Obstruction leads to hydronephrosis. That hydronephrosis is there. So again, stasis leads to infection. Infection leads to the abscess. That is one. And there may be one more thing. There may be even due to trauma. Due to trauma, even abscess may be due to the cortical injury was there. So in the cortical injury, that injury may cause infection. That also may cause. So that is like injuries also important causes, like any extension of the perinephric this hematoma, maybe pus, maybe the even pyonephrosis, perinephritis. Usually unilateral condition. ఇంకోవైపే ఉంటుంది. That is lucky. ఇంకోవైపు పోదు. And clinical features. You know very well, clinical features, there is a triad, classical triad is there, that is anemia, fever, and loin swelling. Fever, anemia, fever, loin swelling. First patient become anemic, and fever will be there. As you know, when there is a infection, there will be fever will be there, and chills and daggers also may be associated with the loin swelling. This loin low swelling ఉంటుంది. Because loin swelling is important. Because whenever there is a collection, the size will increase. So that loin fullness, because that is situated peritoneally in the loin region back. So that's why any infection or any collection, any size of increase of the kidney will cause the flattening or increased size of the loin. So even if the loin swelling. And whenever there is a pyonephrosis, when it is open, so the evening of rise of temperature will be there, that is 37 to 37.7, and whenever it is a closed, the temperature is so anemia and pyonephrosis, and when the closed, the temperature is high, so the pyuria will be there. So there will be pyuria. That means pus in the urine will be there when it is closed. Investigations. Simple. Again, you should go for urine. That direct evidence of the చూడండి కిడ్నీ డిసీజ్ ఫస్ట్ అండ్ foremost investigation, simple urine will give you a lot of information. If there is any pus is there, that is the direct evidence that there is a infection. So pus, loaded pus is there. In addition to that, swinging rise of temperature and everything is there. So there may be cortical injuries or any complications. So ఇవన్నీ ఉంటే ఏమైతుంది, there is an infection. So in that condition, you can have this pus with discharge will be there. So that even pus will be there. That is one. And also there will be even plain X-ray. If you see, there is any stone is there. So that is evidence, and that is also radio opaque stone. Radio opaque and radiolucent. So radiopaque stone is there. So in that also you can go for. So this is the one important investigation that you can see, and even IVU can be done. Dilated renal pelvis and calluses will be there because this is due to hydronephrosis. When the hydronephrosis is supervened by the secondary infection of the this primary hydronephrosis that causes. So that may be due to many causes. So for that purpose, you can do the IBU and urine for culture also can be done. That is very much important. Urine routine microscopy. When there is any good amount of the are loaded with the pus, then you have to search for pus for culture. By that time, you have to start some antibiotics. So next, cystoscope. Cystoscopy is nothing but you have to introduce the cystoscopy from the urethra into the bladder. Then you have to enter up to the this exit of the that is uretrovesical junction. Like that, you see, there will be pus will be emerging from that opening. So that can be seen. That opening of the affected side. So that is an important investigation that we can perform. Is in the pyonephrosis, not in the perinephritis. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి పెరినెఫ్రిక్ యాబ్సెస్ లోపల ఇదేం కనబడదు ఎందుకంటే బికాజ్ ద ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ ఈజ్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ది కిడ్నీ ఇక్కడ ఏంటి కిడ్నీ లోపల కూడా ఉంటుంది కనుక సో దట్ యూరిన్ విల్ బి కమింగ్ అవుట్ ఫ్రమ్ ది carried from the this pelvis into the ureter into the bladder. So that's why at the bladder that is very vesico-ureteric junction, uretrovesical junction, there will be pus efflux will be there. Pus bite calcium efflux will be there. Effusion will be there. Urine and effusion will be there at that side. This is direct investigation that we can perform. So you can go for again ultrasonogram. Ultrasonogram is definitely first is only that is rather than IVP. If there is any delayed, then you can do for any this IVP. With that IVP, if there is any non-functioning also, that also can be. So that's why you can go for that one. But scanning should be there. So that should be done. And treatment. So whenever there is a infection, so then if it is a hydronephrosis is due to any obstruction, that obstruction will be relieved, should be relieved. So relieving of the obstruction is the first. So if it is very internally, so there is maybe intraluminal, intramural or external. If there is any other causes also may cause hydronephrosis. So whatever the cause of the hydronephrosis, that should be checked and you have to treat that one. And also give the antibiotics. That is very much important because patient will be coming with the severe chills and dryness and fever. So immediately you have to control the fever by giving the antibiotics and drainage inserting the large percutaneous nephrostomy. So nephrostomy tube also can be done or by open. Percutaneous nephrostomy tube పెడతాం వదిలేస్తాం అక్కడి నుంచి. It is not possible, then open it and keep it drained. So the draining can be done. Ultimately, we have to drain the antibiotic, and after that, you have to give antibiotics. As I told, you should be given higher antibiotics, also which is this, even levofloxacin like fluoroquinolones also can be given to combat the infections. In addition to other cephalosporin. And also if there is a drainage should be done. And removal of the stone, there is if this obstruction is due to stone, then you have to remove the stone. If it is intramural or extramural, whatever the obstruction should be relieved. So by the function, otherwise what happens, there will be the normal varying amount of the cortex. So even the normal cortex also they get damaged. So that's why that is should be done in that condition. And stone, if there is any stone, that should be relieved, and any obstruction that remove that obstruction. And if it is kidney is totally, in spite of being this, it is damaged, then say. So that nephrostomy should be done, and that should be removed. And drainage by the ileal conduit also can be done, bladder to the skin. So that also can be done. Ileal చెప్పనా ఇంకొక 15 minutes 20 minutes లో అయిపోతుంది చెప్పేస్తా. పాలిసిస్టిక్ కిడ్నీ, పాలిసిస్టిక్ కిడ్నీ, పాలి POLY CYSTIC, polycystic kidneys. This is a congenital anomaly. In the congenital anomaly, usually it is a hereditary condition, and it will be can be transferred by either of the parents, by mother or father, autosomal dominant. Manifestation at the fourth decade, that is after 40, the symptoms will arise. So early it may be there, but at the 40, that is there. It is congenital anomaly. But pathology. This pathology in this organism may become fossiling organs. It also appears the many bubbles will be there here, riddled with so riddled with there is a raised this thing. So there will be cystic swellings will be there. Even here also it will be there. So cystic swellings. So around that one. So this and surface become many bubbles on the section. And if you cut, there will be cut section. There will be these bumps will be there. And renal parenchyma is also filled with the cyst. So this renal parenchyma is there. In this renal chyma also, there may be even these swellings or cystic swellings will be riddled with cysts of varying sizes, and also some which contain sometimes clear fluid, sometimes thick fibrin, or maybe pus, or maybe even blood also may be there. So this also may be there in those this cysts. Okay, that is bubbles and clinical features. There are slightly common in the human. That is one. There are main clinical six features. Six clinical features are there. First is renal enlargement. Renal enlargement, you know very well. The congenital cyst is nothing. What is the cyst? So this cyst is nothing. Polycystic kidney. And then అసలు నేను చెప్పడం what is polycystic kidney? That is having many cysts in cortex region. Having many cysts. Cysts are nothing but any clear field or any pus field or maybe blood field. When in a sac-like structure, that is we call a cyst. So there is a polycystic kidney. So many cysts will be there, which are within the cortex, riddled with the cortical lesions and ankunamu. So that is there, and also there will be so clinical so enlargement, renal enlargement will be there. So whenever there is a many cysts are there, if you touch, instead of uniform, there will be even these bulbs like appearance also can be seen. So that is one important knobby appearance, knobby kidney is there. So whenever there is a they are coming outside like this, projecting outside. So that's why they appear as knobs. రేడియో కానీ దేనికన్నా ముందుకు ప్రొజెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. నాబ్స్ అని ఇంతవరకు రేడియో చూసిండే ఎవరైనా, లేదన్నా ఇప్పుడు వాషింగ్ మిషన్ అది దేనికైనా నాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, knobs and by dissipate. So that knobs can be seen. So knobs like kidney will be there, and abundant urine with low specific gravity, that is 1.010 or less, with traces of albumin and neither cast or not any cells. Cells cast good urine also become normal. And there will be blood test if you do in that normal or slightly increased blood urea. Blood urea increase may not be so evident in the renal. And pain. So pain is due to weight of the organ when it is increased. So in the polycystic kidney, so because many cysts are there and filled with the fluid, so that's why it becomes very heavy. Even it increases to more than 2-3 times of the normal condition. So and even more than that also. So that's why there will be dragging pain. So ఇక్కడ మన స్టోన్ అది ఇది ఉంటే ఏమైతుంది, సివియర్ కాయిల్స్ ఆన్ ది బెడ్ అనుకుంటున్నాం. ఇక్కడ ఏంటి, గ్రాడ్యువల్ పుల్లింగ్ పెయిన్, gradual pulling pain, distension due to distension. So there will be the dragging pain will be there, and this is dull pain in the right loin region, and sometimes in the renal colic also may be there. It is may very this obstruction is much. Hematuria. Hematuria is almost 25% of the cases patient will be having hematuria. And distension of the one of this, and next so this why it happens whenever there is a distension of one cyst that may get ruptured into the medulla and causing the bleeding. That is in that 25% of the cases. So that may get opening into the this calyces or pelvis. So that is one important. And infection. So most common complication is pyonephritis. So innankane anukunnam. So one pyonephritis la chepinappudu one of the causes for polycystic kidney. This is also one polycystic kidney. So that will be there. The moderate test for a few days. And infection and hypertension. The 75% at the age of 25%. Innankane adi engaged group 25 years lone BP vastadi. Then you have to be remember that in the early age low and BP వస్తే then you have to rule out secondary cause, as especially first basic kidney causes should be ruled out. Okay, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, చాలా important. That is hypertension. Next, uremia. So this uremia is nothing but whenever there is a increase with this one causing the whenever there is a increase in the pressure, these cysts in the cortical కూడా in లోపల cortex లో middle with the cortex. So they cause an increase and causing the cortical damage that leads to the kidney. So that's why this polycystic kidney చేసేటప్పుడు surgery చేసిన must be very careful. Patient will be uremia. Patient may go into uremia. Uremia. ఎట్లా తెలియాలి మనకి? హలో, చెప్పు. So that uremia, there will be anorexia, nausea, vomitings, and there will be sometimes if the advanced dryness of the skin, there will be that is, and also there will be vomitings, nausea, and abdominal distension. Ascites also may be there. So drowsiness and severe anemia, because there is a one hormone is there which kidney secretes, that is what we call which helps in maturation kidney. So that's why patient will be in the anemic. So whenever there is a kidney failure, patient become anemic due to what is that? I tell you. So that severe anemia will be there. That will be there. Next, urography, IBU. So in this If you do, so there will be delayed excretion will be there on this side, and also there is a spider leg appearance. Spider leg ఒక రాసుకోండి important points మళ్ళా entrance లో వచ్చే spider leg appearance. What happens whenever there is a these are the calyces, these are the calyces will be there. These calyces, when there are these they cause the enlargement of the cyst, so thereby these it becomes thin and elongated. ఇక్కడ దొడ్డుగా ఉండాలి, ఇట్లా ఉండాలి. ఇక్కడ మధ్యలో ఒక cyst ఉంది, there is a cyst. So what happens when it is increasing size, it becomes narrow and it will be overlapping over this, causing the spider leg appearance. సాలీడు కాళ్ళు ఉన్నట్టు spider leg appearance. ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది, ఇట్లా అని ఇట్లా తిరుగుతుంది, angulation అవుతుంది. So that spider leg appearance is due to pressure of the cyst which is causing over the this pelvis. So that is one. And ultrasonogram, already I have told you, one important investigation is ultrasonogram, that will give you the definitely very clear picture. And the treatment, the expected treatment, plenty of water should be given, low protein diet, iron supplement should be given. And if infection is there, then you have to treat that infection also, because there may be, even there is a disease may get infected sometimes, causing the pus also. In that condition, you have to treat the antibiotics. And also operative treatment. So this is, you have to relieve the, so ikkada emaitundi, there are many cysts are there. These cysts are filled with the this clear fluid gaani, blood gaani ani anukunna innanka, pus gaani anukunna innanka. So అందుకే ఏం చేయాలి, then if you cut this one, you cut చేసి drain చేసిన, cut చేసిన drain చేసిన, that means you have to keep the pressure by removing the to preserve the normal parenchyma. లేకపోతే ఏమైతుంది, normal parenchyma also gets damaged. So that should be, pressure should be relieved. So by giving the multiple incisions over this, that is we call as Rovsing's operation. Rovsing's operation. ROVIE Rovsing's operation. So it's nothing but we have to give an incision over the cyst on the most convex side, next posterior side, next anterior side. Then you have to drain it. Even the cyst is nothing but filled with this fluid, and the fluid తీసేస్తే, then cyst become collapsed and the normal tissue of the parenchymal tissue will be restored. So that's why you have to do anything. So then renal function, this Rovsing cyst and border, and that is the most convex border, that is outside. So convex, this is the convex border. So in convex border lo first incision, and then you have to drain it totally, the drainage should be done. So in that with that and then anterior surface, posterior surface clear. So there will be total this అంటే ఎక్కడ కుదురుతాడు, లేకపోతే lateral anterior or ఎక్కడ incision చేసి at last you have to drain with minimal tissue, the kidney and okay, that is important. And renal failure, then you have to renal failure by giving the dose of the dialysis, DIALYSIS. Next, then bilateral nephrectomy can be done, followed by kidney transplantation. Kidney transplantation కూడా అవసరం పడచ్చు, అందుకే ఇదే. ఇంకొకటి సాలిటరీ రీనల్ సిస్ట్. సాలిటరీ అంటే ఓన్లీ వన్ సిస్ట్ విల్ బి దర్. ఇక్కడ ఇది పాలిసిస్ట్, ఇక్కడ ఇది వన్ సిస్ట్ యూజువల్లీ. సో దట్ ఈస్ డ్యూ టు trauma or infection to the blocking of the tubule. So that is one tubule. And clinical features, dull ache pain on the one side, and there may be cyst is not present, perinephric infection also there. Then urinary symptoms will be there. Otherwise, no need, nothing will be there. In this again, you have to do for only IVP if there is any swelling that can be seen, and the filling defect will be there in the calyces when only one cyst will be there. So either upper pore or lower pore generally. So ultrasonogram. And in this, so there is Kirwan's method. Kirwan's method. That is KIRWIN apostrophe S. So then you have to is nothing but you have to treat cut the cyst wall above the surface, and this whenever you are excising, that creates a cavity that should be filled with the perinephric fat, and wound should be closed. Perinephric fat is then you have to close. So that is your, and if not so, you can go for partial nephrectomy or nephrectomy. If both the sides are there, nephrectomy or this partial nephrectomy also can be done. This is regarding the disease. Tumors are unte and next topic. Tumors. So there will be even congenital anomalies. Congenital anomalies in the class. కొన్ని పక్కకు రాసుకొని పెట్టుకోండి. కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ అయిపోయినాయి అనుకుంటాను. దాంట్లో కొన్ని బోర్డు చెప్పేటి ఇదివరకు ఎప్పుడు చెప్పాను నేను.